to UFO is a USO screamed through the water, scared the crap out of a submarine, and things were called in and alerts went up and some detection was there. And that was kind of one of the incidents that, as I call it, pissed the Navy off no end. Okay, so that's a little bit older. Then there's another incident where I'll just tell you, I have, without having any of the necessary metadata to tell where it came from, I have seen a picture, and it came through classified channels. And this picture is of a triangle. Now, so I don't get anybody in trouble or even myself in trouble, I'm hoping that's what's coming out. But I can tell you that it was seen from the air, and it was a picture of a triangle. And I don't recall seeing lights in that picture, because I'm going to tell you, I saw it a little less than 12 months ago, but it was from an aircraft, and the picture was taken from an aircraft, and I saw a triangle, but that's all I can say, because I don't know the total trail for how that picture came. I'm just going to tell you that that picture got passed all over the intelligence community, and it's part of what stirred everything up.
Are we talking a big craft or a small craft?
This is not small. It's not like Phoenix Lights 2 miles across, but it's you know, it's not small.
Okay.
Oh, it was way bigger than the airplane.
And
they were high.
Was there anything else?
They were high.
Was there anything else in the picture with this triangle craft? Was there one of our ships?
No, I saw nothing else. I saw nothing else in the photograph but the triangle craft. And again, I don't personally know where the picture came from, other than I could tell the equipment that they were in that was taking the pin.
Yeah.
And the 23-minute video, I saw one cell.
Cool. Very cool.
And that got me in a shitload of trouble and a counterintelligence investigation. Tim McMillan was screaming his ass off at me. It was bad.
Wait, are you saying that the 23-minute video is the triangle?
I saw a cell.
Of the triangle, right?
I think it was a triangle. So it looked enough like a triangle that's probably what they would call it.
Wait a second. So that means 23-minute video is the alleged triangle.
Again, I saw a cell. I don't even know what it came from, except hearing Lou Elizondo's description of the 23-minute video. And if that's the high-res stuff, I saw a single cell.
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote it in.
People have listened to me, but they don't ever really know how much they should trust what I say. And it kind of pisses me off when I get massive high-level sources tell me that the damn report has 40 minutes of video and 40 of the most unbelievable pages ever of a very large that are part of a very large document, and people doubt it. And now what do you have? You have Lou Elizondo talking about the 23-minute video. The 23-minute video that once it's out, you will never doubt again. You will never doubt again. Ever. You will not be in doubt. And it has shaken people from the White House to the bottom of the Pentagon, that damn video. This thing is amazing. Okay, that's number one. And the content of these documents, it's reports of all sorts of stuff, I'm told, and it's hundreds of pages, but 40 of it are incredible. And, I just think you just keep plugging away, because we need more than one voice spreading this stuff all around.
I mean, you would think that they'd be blasting, whether it's drones or whatever, they have to protect the sailors. And I asked Tyler Rogoway about this, and I don't remember what he told me, but
Tyler knows. He knows this is bullshit. He knows it's bullshit.
It is weird. I mean, if you're in the street and someone comes up too close to you, you tell them to back away from you, or you punch them from instinct.
Oh yeah.
And it's weird they're letting these drones or whatever around the ships. I mean, how do they know there's no weapons on them? And
Hundreds of millions of dollars of assets, millions of dollars in trained personnel, and the lives of the people that they hold in their hands, and they do nothing? No. Danny, they went out there to stir them up.
weird.
They have a theory of how to do it, and it looks to me like they succeeded because they got a shitload of them out of the water.
And it's always off the coast of San Diego. It's so weird. I mean, it's other places too, but it's just so weird. It keeps.
Well,
happening.
I just keep hearing these rumors and see stuff on the internet, and I don't know if any of this is true, and no one has told me about this base off of Florida in the Atlantic Ocean.
Cool.
And then Preston Dennett keeps talking about this base off Catalina.
Yeah.
And he has been researching Catalina Island for decades.
Have you heard about bases in the classified section of the report that they were talking about bases or floating the idea?
I'm going to tell you, I have not been told classified information.
Yeah.
And the 23-minute video, I saw one cell.
Cool. Very cool.
And that got me in a shitload of trouble and a counterintelligence investigation. Tim McMillan was screaming his ass off at me. It was bad.
Wait, are you saying that the 23-minute video is the triangle?
I saw a cell.
Of the triangle, right?
I think it was a triangle. So it looked enough like a triangle that's probably what they would call it.
Wait a second. So that means 23-minute video is the alleged triangle.
But anyway, what we were able to confirm to the point where we could put it in the New York Times, and again, well-sourced and not speculative and on the record and, fully attributed, was that Eric Davis, among a number of other people, had briefed congressional committees with some slides, which we got, on the subject of material recoveries. Now, the best we were able to say, which is what we could confirm, was that congressional committees were briefed on the issue of material recoveries, okay? Without a lot of detail. And in those slides that were used to brief congressional committees, the Senate Armed Services Committee and the Senate Intelligence Committee particularly, there was reference in those slides to off-planet vehicles, possible off-planet vehicles. Now, there wasn't a lot of detail, not in the story and not what we could get, but what we could get and what we could confirm was that this information was contained in briefings and it was referenced in slides that were shown to high-level congressional committees. And to me, that's pretty dramatic.
That's a holy crap moment, Ralph, for sure.
Well, I'm glad you agree. We thought so. And again, there were people who said, well, why didn't you say more and why didn't you spell out, more?
He is hyper smart. He's almost savant. In fact, if you were to ask him to lie, he wouldn't, because there's no purpose in it. He's a bit like a human Cray computer, a mainframe. He's brilliant, and if he tells you something or he says something, then it is absolutely the truth. I can validate and verify at least the things that I know people have asked about. He's telling the truth.
Did you ask him about this? I mean, it's right there. It's in the New York Times.
I didn't have to ask him. I already knew. I'm not going to go into more detail on that. I didn't find out from Eric, put it that way.
Okay. How many craft do we have? And are they
I'm talking as it relates to him briefing the Senate. I'm not going to go I'm not going to discuss about what you're saying, referring to crash retrievals. I am not going to go into that. I cannot. I will not. I'm not going to speculate what we might or might not have, how much of it we have, where it's at. I'm not going to do it.
You have, let's say, a couple people that have been working this diligently for a very long time, and you know what, haven't been briefing Congress. And you know what? Haven't been briefing the Secretary of Defense or the Director of CIA. They've just been kind of running this under the radar for a while. Now, back in the past, it had some potentially some oversight, but now it doesn't. And every time the government has said, for the record, do we have a UFO program? The answer has been no. In fact, it's been crickets. And so we've been reporting to Congress. And now it comes out that, you know what, Joe Schmo, Jane Smith, you guys were running this for the last 20 years, and you didn't have the authority to do it. You weren't reporting to the SAPCO. You weren't reporting to Congress. You weren't reporting to the Department of Defense. You were running an illegal operation. You're going to go to jail, right? Now, or let's check this out. You've got Company A and Company B. And for whatever reason, back in the past, let's say hypothetically, so let me caveat that. Hypothetically, we recover some sort of strange material that falls out of the sky. And these two companies are competing with each other. But Company A looks shiny and pretty. And so we say, you know what, we're going to give this material to Company A to take a look at. You go ahead and tell us what you think, and you can hold on to it for 20, 30 years. Meanwhile, Company B, who's competing with Company A in the same aerospace environment, let's say, for big planes and rockets and whatnot, they go bankrupt because they did not have the unfair competitive advantage that Company A had. Company B is now defunct. 100 people lose their jobs, and Company B now is history, no longer exists. Meanwhile, Company A becomes a multi-billion-dollar, part of the military complex, industrial complex, and is now billions and billions and billions of dollars now in the black. Right, and now it comes out that, well, you know what? Company A did happen to have exotic material, and it did give them an unfair competitive advantage for 40 years. What's the lawsuits now? What's the liability now that you have companies getting unfair advantage with certain tech and being able to do stuff with it while other companies did?
Globe. Life is defined in many different ways. I think it's a bit presumptuous, if not arrogant, for us to believe that there's no other form of life anywhere in the entire universe. What that might, be is, I think, subject to, a lot of different views. But I think some of the phenomena we might be seeing continues to be unexplained, and might in fact be some type of phenomenon that is the result of something that we don't yet understand, and that could involve some type of activity that some might say constitutes a different form of life.